Okay, so my name is Faith, and we're going to start with my Module 2 written exam. Okay, for number 1, I have that with you have to write a 3-loop Venn diagram for the equation BUC. Okay, so when the circle have elements and columns, shade overlap. So when it's a U, like an upper U, it looks like all elements of each set just listed once, shade all. Okay, so for number 1, it's BUC. There is a set of U, so we will shade in all of B and C, so as shown. And since we look up at the chart with the given information, B, U, C, the ones that will be the same are D, F, G, and H. For B, since there is a N, we will shade the overlap. Okay, so we'll shade just right there in between, and you'll have D and H are the same. Since we have a N, we'll shade in the overlap B, U, in C, which is DH. So we'll shade that little area. Okay, for D, we'll shade in all of A and C, but not B because of that right there. So in BUC, so we'll have B, C, D, G, H. Okay, for E, we're going to exclude A and shade everything A isn't a part of because of the line. When the line is there, that means you exclude everything, don't touch A at all. So the only ones that will be the same are A, E, C. F. Shade in the overlap, we're looking for the intersection. So A, N, C, it'll be D, G, H, and you only shade that little area. Okay, B and C have the N intersection, and A is on the outside with the union. We'll shade A and the intersection of B and C. So A, U, B, N, C. And the ones that we'll have together are B, C, D, G, H. Okay. For number 2, we have the Venn diagram, and we have the hexagon, triangles, and circles. Okay. If it has a V, that means all are included, and only common are included, and the line means excluded. Okay, so to describe the shapes. A, you have L and H, they're the large hexagons. B, C, U, H are all the circles in all the hexagons. T and R with a line above it are triangles that aren't red. And C, N, S, and R are small red circles. Okay, for number 3, they've given us a chart. It says write the Indo-Arabic equivalent to this with the keys. So we have the key and explaining how much each one of the little symbols mean for each one of these. Okay, since for the first one we have 3, we'll go over and look at our chart, and since the line says 10,000, that means that 10,000 times 3 is 30,000. For the little N mark, we look over and it's a 10, so we know that since there's 5, that means 50. The line here means 1, so 4. Then you add them all up and it comes to 30,054. Okay, for the next one, we do the same exact thing. You have your chart given with the examples, and you use the symbols to find out. M equals 1,000, so you put C and M together, and they'll make it 90 or 900. 3 X's are 10, so that means 30. V means 5, and the 2 lines mean 1, so that means 2. Add them all up, and that's the Roman. And that's not 1,937. Okay, for the next one, we use the symbols again with the chart. This is Babylonian. Okay, so each one of those means 10. That's 40. That is 1, so 41. And D, you're given the chart again to figure out how much each of these are. And it comes to 5 plus 6 and 30 plus 17. Well, 5 plus 6 equals 11. 30 plus 17 equals 20. 31. Okay, now we're going to go to 4A. Okay, so for this, they give us multiply 28 by 32 using the lattice chart. Okay, so we'll put 28 on top and 32 on the side. You start by making the square and writing out 28 on the top and 32 on the side, splitting them up. You must do the little chart just because it makes it easier in how you have to work it out later on. Okay, split each square into 2 parts. Multiply the top number 2 by 3, and you fill in the thing there. Okay, making it 6, so you put 0 there and 6 here. Placing it in the first square. Then you do 2 times 2, putting 4 here. Then you do 8 times 3, putting it there. 8 times 2, putting it there. Okay, you continue to fill in. 8 times 3 is 24 here, 2 on top, 4 on the bottom. 8 times 2 is 16, and you put it there. Then you add down the numbers starting at the top or at the bottom right. So you start here and you'll put 6 down. Then you'll put 4 plus 1 equals 9. 6 plus 2 equals 8. And so you come out to be 896. Now you do the same exact thing for B. Multiply 273 by 628. You just have a bigger number this time, so you add an extra box. Okay, you write out the lattice squares, adding another square, then the last one. Start multiplying the first row by the first column and placing the sum. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 8 is 16. 7 times 6 is 42. 7 times 2 is 14. 56, 18, 6, and 24. Start from the bottom, adding them diagonal to find the sum. So we'll go 4, then 6 plus 2 is 14. All that is 24. All that. And if you have one that goes over, like 6 plus 6 is 12, 13, 14. So you put the 4 here and add the 1 to the next chart, making that. So then we'll have 6 plus 1, 7, and all that. That makes 24. Put the 4 here, and you'll add the 2 to the next one. And it'll come out to be 171,444. Then you can check by multiplying 273 by that to make sure you get the right answer. For C, you do the same exact things. You write out your squares, start multiplying the first number by the first one on this side and go down. So 9 times 5, 45. 9 times 9, 81. 9 times 3, 27. 6 times 5, 6 times 9. 6 times 3, 6 times 4. 6 times 9, 6 times 3. Then you do diagonal 2. Then you 8 plus 6 plus 1. And you go there and you add your number to the next one and next one. And it comes out to be 571,652. Then you check it by just taking the top number by that number and multiplying it. And you'll get the same exact answer. It's just another way of doing it. 4D is exactly the same. You just have, it's 4 by 3 instead of like 3 by 3, 2 by 2. Okay, you start by making the thing, put the top number on there, side number, and you multiply the same exact thing. 4 times 2, 4 times 4, 4 times 3, 9 times 2, 9 times 4, 9 times 3. You just keep going the same exact way, and they'll still work doing the diagonal adding. 6, 8 plus 5, and then you just keep going, adding your numbers over if they're 2-digit numbers that come out to be. It comes out to be 1,203,336,000 million. 5. Okay, 5. They're wanting us to use rounding to the leftmost. Okay, so they give us 883 plus 465 divided by 134. So you first start by rounding each number. Okay, 883 would, of course, round to 900. 465 would round to 50 or 500 because, like, it's over. Once you get past 5, you know that they always round up. And if they're lower than 5, they round down. Okay, 134 is, of course, under 5, so it rounds down to 100 that way. So 900 plus 5 divided by 100 equals 14. For this one, you start with rounding your numbers just like the top one. 254, or you leave 5 alone, the multiply. Just leave it alone. Okay, so 254, the 2 being less than 5, you would round down, so you'd round up to make it 300. Okay, 523, that, of course, rounds up to 500, and then you go 5 times 300 plus 50. Well, 300 plus 500 equal 80 or 800 times 5, making that 2,000. Then you divide it, or then you add 35 plus 7, making it 42. Well, you know 42 rounds to 40. So then you do that, it comes out to 50. For the next one, okay. 620 times 430. 620 rounds 600. 430 rounds to 400. And what? I'm almost done. I've got your recording in my video. No, I'm here till 11:30. Yeah, I realized that. I need to change that. No, it starts at noon. Okay, let me get back to my video. I'm on number 5 and I have to go to 6. Okay, goodbye. Okay, so you do that. So of that runs to 600. That runs to 400. So 600 times 400 divided by 300 equals 800. Okay. Then 6a, it says use the operations in the relative base. Okay, so we have 432, then 133. Right now we're just going to do the base. So 5 to the base of 0 is 1, which is like 5 times 0. Okay, 5 to the base of 1 is 5. 5 to the base of 2 is 25. 5 to the base of 3 is 125. And that's all we need for right now. Okay, we start with 4 dots in the first section. Okay, so it's 432. So 4 in the third section. So we'll write 4 there, 3 in the next section, and 2 in the first section because that's 432. Okay, then we'll go on to 133. So we got 1 dot in this one, 3 dots in this one, and 3 dots in this one. Okay, then we start with, you have to realize that since this is 1, you can't have, like, if you have 5 dots, you know that you automatically have to move to the next one. Okay, start with 4 dots in the first section, and start with 4 dots in the third section and 3 in the second section. Add and 2 in the first, and then 133. Yeah. Okay, then work the chart. Since you can't have 5 in the first, erase them and put 1 dot in the second. Okay, so we're going to take away 5 of those dots, all those dots, and we're going to put 1 dot here, counting as 5. 1 dot equals 5. Okay, so then we find 5 dots in the second section, erase them, and put another dot in the next one. So we circled 5 of those and just added the dot over here. So 1 dot equals 5. Okay, then circle. Then we go to this. Then we go to the 25 section, which is the third section. There's 5 dots in there, so of course we mark it out and add a dot over here. So then we're done. So we add up. So there's 1 dot here, so 1,000. Then there's 1 dot here, so 100. Then there's 2 dots here, 20, and 0 dots here. So it comes out to be 1,120. 6b. Okay, so we have 628 and 73. Excuse me. Okay, so we're doing this to the relative base of 3. Okay, so we have 6 times 3, or 6 to the base of 3 is 216, 6 to the base of 2, 36, 6, and 1. Okay, start circling 6 dots in the first section. Or first, we got to know you got to write out 6 dots here, 2, 8, 7, and 3. Okay, explained here how many dots would be. Okay, start by circling 6 dots in the first section, moving them into the second one. So 6 dots here, move them to here. Then move to the second section, circle 6 dots here, move a dot over, and just count them out, like erase them. Move to section 3, circle 6 dots, and move them over to section 4, leaving you with 1 dot, making it 1,000, 1 dot here, making it 100, 4 dots, 40, and 5 dots. Okay, so 1,145. Okay, this is subtraction, but we're going back to the relative base of 5. So we'll go with the 125, 5, 5, or 125, 25, 5, and 1. Start by knowing from the problem in the first section 4. Okay, so we write out 4, 1, 4, and then 4 and 3. But you first know that since there's 4 dots on top here from this number and 3 dots on the bottom, you know that that'll equal 1. So there'll only be 1 left because you're doing 4 minus 3. Okay, so you go to the next one, and it would be 1 minus 4 on the top. 1 on the top from this number, 3 or 4 on the bottom by this number. You know you can't do that. So you have to go to the next chart, and you have to take a dot from section 5-2. Knowing that each dot equals 5, you'll go back here and you'll just add 5 dots. So that'll make it 6 minus 4 equal 2. So there'll only be 2 dots left here. You'll mark out that dot that you left here, knowing that there'll only be 3 left, making it 321. Okay, for this one, we'll start by subtracting, or you write out 5, 0, and 3, and 2, and 4. Okay, so we start by subtracting 3 minus 4. Well, of course, you can't do that in this one. So then you got to go to this dot. Well, then you know that you can't take 1 from here, so you got to go to the next one. Take off a 4 here, add it to there, making it 5 dots. Then you take off one of those dots and add it to here, making it 8 minus 4, which is 4. Then you do this, which is 4 minus 2, making it 2. And then there's just 4 left. Here's another way of showing you. Okay, so 503, so we got the 5 dots, the 0 dots, and then 3 dots. 24, you put 2 here and 4 there. Okay, so it's saying since you can't take 3 from 4, you have to go here and take a dot. Well, you can't take it from here because there was 0 in the beginning. So you got to go here, take a dot, put 5 there, then you can take a dot from there. Okay, and it comes out to be 424. Okay, and thank you for watching. I hope you have learned stuff from my quiz or my test if you didn't. Thank you.